I guess we got light behind me, so sorry. Can you hear me all right on the Zoom call?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. All right, well, let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. The flag is, Mac, do you want to go ahead and put the flag up? We have one here, but if you don't mind, that would be great.
Okay. Seeing the flag?
Don't see the flag yet.
Really?
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Pledge allegiance to the
To the
flag
flag
of the
of
United
the
States
United
of
States
America, and to the republic for which it stands,
of America,
one nation,
and
under
Under
God,
God, indivisible,
God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, great. Good to see everybody. We have a number of folks here. I'll just kind of read off names real quick. We can all see you guys up on the screen. So we have Sharon Scheidemantel, Joe Schmidt, Ken Fleeson, Joe Mancuso, Dallas Hipple, John Grubbs, and Larry Bracco. I forgot his name. Haven't seen him for so long. Jim Meehan. We got Jim Roddy with all in his goatee, and Tom Kaderis. And then Scott Ackery is around here as well. So.
Great, great.
So as you all know, everybody that's here, we've gone back inside to Treesdale, so everything seems to be going well today. Glad we're able to connect to all you folks back out on the Zoom call. Lou, I thought maybe you'd be walking over here from your house, but I see you're on the Zoom call.
it's a little far, yeah.
I asked
Farther,
Joe,
anyway.
where's Lou? And I said, is he still halfway over here, walking his way over? But anyhow, it's good to see you all. Today's our club assembly, and we're just going to give everybody an update on what's been happening with the club. And certainly, if you have questions or you want to ask about things going along the way, we're happy to take those calls as well. I'd just like to start with some house cleaning items. So obviously, the hybrid from Treesdale is working well. Diane's here and really doing a great job of taking care of us. It's just nice to see Diane and actually be in the club again. So I think everybody here agrees as well. A couple things coming up. We've got a big shred event on Saturday morning over at the Richland Township Municipal Building in the parking lot. So please, if you have shred material, or if your neighbors or friends or your business associates or your customers need an opportunity to get rid of their documents and things, head over there between 8:30 and 12:30. Certainly, if you're interested in volunteering, you can just show up and help out. I'm sure they'll be able to use the help. We'll do everything socially distanced, but it's primarily a fundraiser for the Satellite Club. We have a number of great sponsors who help to support that. Just read the list off real quick. We had Shell House Funeral Home, we had Mars Bank, we had Armstrong, we had John Ivory in the Grents Group. We have Electromat was a supporter of that as well. I'm trying to think if I forgot anybody else on the list. Hold on a second.
I just don't count, do I, Jim?
But yeah, we have Purvis Brothers, C.W. Howard, and I think that's it. So thanks again for your sponsorship to help underwrite that. Unfortunately, the shred companies are used to donating that, but I think given the COVID environment, it's been a little bit more challenging to do that. We also have the district virtual workshop coming up on Saturday. And so if you're interested still, I know a number of us have signed up for that, but if you're interested in participating, go to the district website and you can just enroll online. But there's 4 different sessions that they're holding, and it'd be worthwhile. So you got to pick one or the other, district workshop or shred, or maybe you can sit in your car at the shred event and participate in the district workshop. So just wanted to remind everybody about that. Just real quick, we had a change in one of our board member chairs. Sharon Scheidemantel is still here with us today, but some work issues and challenges kind of precluded her from leading the foundation. So we appreciate her help and service up to this point, and Joe Schmidt has agreed to pick that up, and he's going to take that on for the remainder of the year. Wanted to also let you know that Butler PM Club is having a clay shoot this weekend. So if you want to know more about that, you can go to their website through DACDB and find out, where that is. I think it's at one of the clubs up in Elwood City. Anyhow, just wanted to make you aware of that. And then October 24th is World Polio Day. So I know there's a number of activities that Rotary International is doing to celebrate that and make that awareness out there available. So again, just wanted to make sure you all had that on your calendar, you're aware of that. So that's my updates. Any questions on anything that I talked about? Okay, well, with that, I'm going to kick it over to Gary. Gary, would you like to give us an update on the financials, please?
Sure. We have $68,551.06 in the checking account as of the end of September. There are still 20 individuals who haven't yet paid their dues, with a total balance due of $33.94.79. So if you're one of those 20, please get yours in as soon as you can. So, but that will be some, other money that we have available to work with as well. So we should have about $72,447 still for funding for the remainder of the year. We have made some significant disbursements in September. I'll just run through them quickly. On your behalf, we did spend $919 for the PIG, for the 4-H group, where the funds go to the lighthouse. That paid for the PIG, which was $800, as well as $119 to have it butchered. And then in addition to that, we have also they sent $2,500 to the Honduras Hope Mission, $1,000 to Hospital Albert Schweitzer, $500 for the Kosovo Community Center. That was actually, we supported the Keystone 7280 E-Club, their Duck Derby fundraiser, and we won. So Mary Lord will probably be telling you we'll be getting a plaque in the book room at that community center in Kosovo. We also sent $500 to the Beirut, Lebanon Rotary Club to support them following the impact of COVID, and also that horrendous bombing that they had there in Beirut. And in addition to that, we've sent $1,100 for the District Governor's Project and $100 for the District Vocational Scholarship Fund. So it was a good month, and we appreciate all of your support, and we're helping a lot of very important causes. So that's all, Jim.
Thanks, Gary. I appreciate it. So if you haven't paid your dues, please get your checkbook out and send Gary the money. Chuck, do you want to give us an update on programs through the end of the year?
We are tentatively booked through the end of the year. Next week, we're going to have Jim Lewis, an international program, Hearts for Haiti, that Mary Lord had helped line up. On 21st, we have Ann Fleming. Joe Schmidt had worked on this one with Be Smart Pittsburgh. It's a gun safety program. In November, we've got Wendy Myers on the 11th with the Cancer Caring Center. Looks like we are going to do a Student of the Month, probably do it virtually on the 18th. And the one thing that I wasn't sure about, I'm assuming that we probably will not be able to get the Mars musical groups over. If anyone wants, feels differently that we might be able to put that together, let me know. I do not have, other people had usually lined that program up. I have a tentative replacement for that. And then on the 16th of December, we have Gary Weston and Joe Schmidt are going to talk to us about their efforts in Honduras and the 2 different Honduras programs that they represent. And that takes us through the end of the year. And as always, if people have ideas and suggestions, I'm working on a couple of suggestions that I've received. Let me know.
Great, thanks, Chuck.
Just one question, Chuck. Is the program on the 21st, is that Ann Fleming or Amy Fleming?
You cut out there for a second. What?
Is the program on the 21st Ann Fleming or Amy Fleming?
It is Amy Fleming. I can't read my own handwriting.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, do you have that forever recorded now, Gary? I know you've had to ask that question 3 or 4 times.
Well, I just want to make sure I get it right when I put it in the newsletter.
And I've screwed it up 3 or 4 times. So Amy Fleming.
Okay.
Gary, I appreciate you doing that newsletter. I hope everybody else does as well. That has really kept everybody informed. And again, I know that's a lot of hard work following up on all the details. So thank you again for doing that.
Thanks.
Okay, any questions for Chuck on any of the programs? I think it should be good. Okay, Mac, anything on from the secretarial perspective?
No, Chuck, you might. Did you date Ann Fleming for very long? Or? I did have a message from Mary Lord. She's not feeling well today and is not making the meeting. Gary already mentioned the duck derby win and the plaque, so she wanted to make us aware of that. And of course, she's undergoing treatments and stuff, so we want to keep her in our prayers. I didn't really have too much. Like anybody, to try to get into DAC-DB, love to have pictures up there. So for our membership list, we had quite a few had pictures before, but in the transition, we don't have those. So especially as we're more scattered, it'll help people put names with faces when they pop up in person or on the Zoom calls. We haven't really had a change in people. Club membership has been the same over the past month. So that, I think, is all I have.
Okay, thanks, Mac. I don't know if Carson's on the line or not. Carson, are you on the line?
Yeah, Jim, can you hear me?
We can. Do you have any updates?
Perfect. Yeah, so actually I reached out to Amy Smith this morning. She has to re-add me as an administrator on the Facebook account, and I will be posting the Shred It Day flyer to get that out on the Facebook page, just to let the community know about that. So other than that, that's about it.
Okay, Carson, thank you. Joe, any updates for us on the foundation?
Yes. Just stand here.
Here, come on up.
So I'm happy to announce that just got President Chip's signature on an application for someone that took advantage of the Paul Harris Fellow Program, which it's the points program, which the club has for anyone that would like to get a Paul Harris Fellow. And the fact is, Paul Harris Fellow usually would cost you $1,000 to get that Paul Harris Fellow recognition. In this case, to get your first time Paul Harris Fellow, if you contribute $500, we match that with points. In this case, the points are coming from the club account. So I'm going to leave that individual's name a secret right now until the recognition comes and we can award it. As far as foundation goes too, I'd also like to draw your attention to the Rotary magazine for this month in October. And I think it's on page 62, a very interesting story about a past RI president. In fact, he passed away in June. It's a one-page story about Sir Clem Renoff from Australia. And if you dig into his history a little deeper, you'll find that way back in 1979, on an airplane ride from Australia back to the United States, he picked up a Reader's Digest, if everybody can remember a Reader's Digest again. And he read that smallpox had been eradicated from the world for $100 million. Sounds like chump change right now, doesn't it? But even then, it was a good deal. And that really was the birth of our Polio Plus program. And the next RI president continued that program, which we all know that's our signature program we're still working on today. We've got 2 countries left. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Joe. Okay, thank you. Dan Goss, what do you have for us? I know this is your first time user, Dan. You're on mute. Hey, Dan, you're on mute.
Hey, Jim, while you're waiting for him, I'll just point out that apparently Joe Schmidt's in a little higher income bracket than I am when he considers $100 million to be chump change.
Well, maybe.
And I was going to mention, you can't really blame Dan. He is from Bucknell.
Hey, Gary, maybe he's just a chump. That's all, you know.
Sorry.
Okay, Dan, are we together now?
Yes, having technical issues. No report.
Oh, come on, Dan. You can do better than that.
Well, hopefully COVID goes away after November 3rd, like some people keep saying it will, so that we're not in any issues with regards to night at the races. And also, we're still working towards making sure that we are good for the beginning of June for the golf outing, our major fundraiser. So we're still moving towards raising funds, folks, and hopefully we can get back together as a large group and enjoy each other's company, and plus bring some others in to help us with our efforts.
And Dan, you're the race caller for the night of the races. He is working to see if he could maybe convert that into a virtual format. Is that right?
We talk probably every 2 weeks, and he's really trying to figure out, there are a number of different options available. It's really big for his business. It's a franchise issue, obviously, for him. Our fingers are crossed that he's still in business. He's really been struggling with that. He's had to cancel a number of programs. So hopefully we can make sure that we can do something. I know Tom's in the audience. We might be able, hopefully, get him back to DoubleTree and really use the ballroom as large as possible if we still have to do social distancing concerns and measures. So that would be good to be able to use an entire ballroom. So we're still progressing. We're still hoping that we come up with something. Maybe $100 million could be taken out of the coffers of whomever to go towards a vaccine for the coronavirus.
Okay, thanks, Dan. I appreciate it.
Sure.
I don't think Amy's on the line, right, Matt?
No.
Okay, thank you. Tom Kaderis, got an update for us. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Actually, what we talked about more recently was trying to get some club service and some things that people could attend back together. So I'm looking into 2 things. I'm going actually to Sorbo's Orchards this afternoon after the meeting, and we're talking with them. They have like a kind of a barn facility that we might be able to use for one idea, and then I have another contact I'm getting back with, who helped us actually at the hotel. He works for Wine or Whiskey, and they have a place right there in the Ross Park Mall now. And there may be some options for us there as well. So I think probably we won't be able to do anything until we get a little closer to the new year, but hopefully we can still have some kind of a great celebration when we're able to get a few more people together personally. And that's about it.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Joe, update on community service.
Couple things. Been in touch with Harriet Lake from the North Hills Outreach Community, and in regard to bell ringing, she's still waiting word from the Salvation Army on as to how they're going to handle that situation. I made it clear to her that we were still interested in participating in that activity. Normally that's a Wednesday in November that we would ring the bell, and that would probably be at Walmart again, provided Walmart is open to that possibility. Also reached out to Haley Geyer, who is the Park and Recs director at Adams Township, in regard to some possible projects that we could do to assist Adams Township and the park in general. She's working on that, both short-term and long-term projects that perhaps we could participate in to make a contribution to the community there. Also try to touch base with the Mars people. They were supposed to get back to me, but they have not done so. One other thing, fall season is generally a pretty good time for a highway cleanup. I know that the club hasn't done a highway cleanup in some time, but I'm going to look into the possibility of doing that sometime later this month or early November, seeing if we can't participate in that activity. As you know, with all the construction and everything that's happening in this area, there's a lot of debris along the highways here, so it would be a worthwhile endeavor for us to participate.
Great. I don't know which thing I'm going to go to. How about I go to this one? So anyhow, thanks a lot. Appreciate the update. I don't believe Mary's on the line with us, but as someone mentioned, please keep Mary in your prayers and your thoughts. You know, she's going through some further treatment, so please keep her in the prayers. Brandon was not able to be with us today, so from an update of New Generations, Chuck already mentioned that it's looking like we're going to have Student of the Month on November 18th, and probably doing that virtually. It looks like the World Affairs, that student event that the World Affairs Council does every year, that may happen on December 2nd, and that may be virtual. And also, there is a district scholarship program. It's the Servant Leaders Scholarship. It's for sophomore, juniors, and seniors in college. So if you have anyone in mind that might fit that criteria, or you want to know a little bit more about that, I have an email I will circulate to the club. There's a form. Feel free to nominate someone for that scholarship. With that,
just wanted to mention too, with that World Affairs Council thing in December, if they do go forward with it, it would be virtual.
Right. Okay, thank you. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns? Okay, Jim Roddy.
I'd just like to, through this pandemic, to recommend what I have done to avoid the virus. I took the advice of the Commander-in-Chief, and I've been taking Clorox chews. And those that helped me get through, I have not had my teeth are running, my hair is falling out. But other than that, I don't have the virus.
Well, I'm glad for that update. Thank you. We missed that for a long time, Jim.
Hey, Jim, I'd like to mention that I had discussed with you the one major defect of the shred event, that I'm not allowed to shred my Mars Bank loan papers.
I couldn't hear anything you said, Matt. I'm sorry. Okay, I can see we're moving into the really serious conversation now at this point. So any other less serious conversation from anyone?
Yeah, I have one note. I was so offended by Mac's background, it made me go wonky on my muting. So I apologize, and I hope this is recorded because I may not show up to the next Zoom meeting if Mac has that background up. Just wanted it noted.
Well, Dan, I just wanted you to see what a real university looks like.
We've gone virtual at Bucknell. We don't have any buildings anymore.
Okay, well, I see we're really headed down a whole different path here. Maybe you guys can have your own little Rotary meeting next time. All right, anything else for the betterment of the group? Anything from the Zoom folks? Anything for the betterment?
Hey, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a suggestion. If we're going to do it this way, and I'll hopefully be at Treesdale, but whoever's speaking in the Treesdale room needs to come up and stand where you're standing, because I can hear you clear as day, but I really struggled listening to the other people with their reports. It was not easy to hear. I really tried to concentrate hard, and I'm not the oldest ears on this Zoom meeting either, and I had trouble. So just so you know, they need to come up front and speak clearly so that we can understand from afar.
Okay, yeah, so I think that's a great suggestion. We'll make sure everybody comes up to the front of the room and they stand either, you know, we've got two machines going, we'll get one or the other to be able to capture that. So thanks for the suggestion.
Jim, what are the two, what's projecting the two? You have two streams going. What are they? Laptops, or what are you using?
What are we using, Matt?
Well, you're on twice. You have two different connections.
Yeah, because, yes, so one was to try to capture the room, that's this one, and then the other one over here was to try to capture the speaker. So one's an iPad and one's a computer.
Okay.
When you just went closer to the one with the speaker, that was super better. I could understand every word.
I think if you use the iPad or an iPhone to make a connection, you could pass that to whoever wants to talk.
Yeah, the problem is it's connected to a speaker. At this point, it's not Bluetooth that we can just like pass it around the room, but maybe we can get a microphone that also connects into the system so that we can do it. But you can hear me well on this one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll try to use this as the primary speaking mechanism, which was what we tried to do up at Adams. And then the other one is really more just to try to grab the room. So we'll try to improve that for you all next time. Okay, any other suggestions? Okay, all right, well, you all have a good day, have a great week, and volunteer at the Shred event if you can, and sign up for district workshop. So you all take care. You all take care, thanks.